Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nkirote Moronge. I come from Meru County, that is in Kenya, and I am African. So I am a daughter who lives with my bedridden father in the village because I lost my mother to cancer in 2025. So I had to come to the village and live with my bedridden father. I am his primary caregiver, and while doing so, I began venturing into poultry farming, and this is my morning routine on a rainy day. So first, I make sure that I've cleaned my poultry house because I've cemented the front part to avoid chicken from contaminating bacteria and infections, in short. So that's me cleaning. That is what I do every day on a rainy season. It's been a long, tough journey venturing into poultry farming. It is one of the most risky ventures that I've known of. So it requires a lot of attention and also monitoring. You have to be there by yourself because if one chick gets sick, they transmit the diseases really quick. So if you're not around there, you might not be able to notice in time, and it might be very risky. It's easy to lose your chicken. In last year around December, it was a rainy season and I lost a couple of chicken from coryza. Coryza is a bacterial infection, and it makes the chicken get blind and they lose their energy. They become, I don't know how to put it, but they ended up dying, because once a chick becomes blind, that means it cannot be able to feed. And the surviving ones, I still have them with me. After medicating them, I had to remove the pus. I was fingerling the pus using spirit flax and cotton wool, and I have about 10 surviving ones. I've secluded them. So every morning I have to make sure that the poultry house is extremely clean before I start feeding them. So it also requires one to be committed and be a clean person generally, because if you cannot be clean or rather hygienic by yourself, there's no way you expect to make sure that your poultry house is also clean. So I have locked my chicken inside the poultry house, and this is usually the feeding area, and it's where they bask the sun. So during the day I open and they spend their day out here. I figured out it was easy to clean the area instead of, it's a lot of work cleaning the coops. So it's easier for me every evening or rather morning to just clean using clean water and detergent. Sometimes I also use disinfectant because chicken, they like to drink the remaining water that is left out here. But another challenge with it is that I noticed they are getting foot rot. So I am thinking of considering another type of poultry house. I'll figure out. I'm still trying to figure out, depending on the space that I have in the structure of our area. Another challenge with chicken is the feeds. They are quite expensive, and before you figure out how to supplement what's available in your area, it takes time and takes experiments. That is practically, you have to do it to learn. That is what I think agriculture is all about. If you don't venture into something by yourself, be there practically, it is really hard to learn details. So what I do, sometimes I may use the bananas that fall off in the farm, whether mature or not. I normally boil the unripe ones and chop them, mix them with feed. I might also use kitchen waste. Again, I use vegetables around home. I could use banana leaves. I could use other vegetables like spinach, kales. I also plant cabbage for my chicken. That is what I do. I also have an open area that I graze them. I planted a nice grass area, so it's like a field, it's a fenced one. So on a good day, I normally free them to free range on that area, and they really get to enjoy, picking the green matter and all that. I don't have much to say, guys. Here I come, and keep enjoying my small vlogs as we learn, as we educate each other. Cheers!